What's going on, guys? Jason here, and this is a topic that I've been asked a lot, and it makes perfect sense because of the content I've created over the years and the social media that I have, just all that stuff. And I disappeared for a little while. Am I still a Team Beachbody coach? Do I still do Team Beachbody coaching? The short answer, the hypothetical answer is, no, I haven't been a Team Beachbody coach. I haven't been practicing the business. I haven't been promoting things. I haven't been, even for years, I wasn't really doing much with anything in my life with Beachbody. Like I'd use the products here and there, but I wasn't actively living the Team Beachbody lifestyle. So I haven't been a coach. But am I technically, objectively still a Team Beachbody coach? Yes, I am. And I still have my accounts. I'm actually still a 4-star lifetime diamond. I have 2 business centers and I still get residuals from it. I mean, it's a far cry from what it used to be when I was super active with it, but it's still there. And the thing is, guys, I'm still in love with Team Beachbody. Like, I still think they are the #1 at-home fitness program provider. And of course, they've only gotten better with things like Beachbody On Demand. I remember dreaming of something like that back in 2010. I knew that's the direction they were gonna go. It was just inevitable. And then Netflix and all those things came out. It's like, yeah, obviously things are gonna become digital. And when more people get faster internet, streaming, and all that stuff is gonna become the primary way people consume content. Like, physical stuff is not going to be much of a thing, and it's only going to get, the further we go in the future here into the 2020s, it's just going to get even further like that. Everything's going to become digital, and we're not going to be owning much for physical product. But I haven't been a Team Beachbody coach. There's so many reasons why. I could list a couple different things, but I'm not really going to get into that. Long story short, I haven't been doing it for a while, since like probably 2014, 2015, and now we're in 2019 getting ready to go to 2020. However, to answer the question, am I still, like, have I quit? Will I quit? No. I've looked at other opportunities. I've looked at other network marketing things because I love network marketing. I mean, it's allowed me to have a life that I only ever dreamed of, and I get to stay home every single day, and I get to create content. And for a while there, that's also kind of a curse because you have to be your own boss. You have to drive yourself, and if your personal life, your energy's down, and just if things aren't right, it's easy not to do anything, especially when you get complacent. And that's kind of what happened to me. You'll see in my social profiles, like, there's this saying, and it's funny because it's always ringing in my head because it's so true. And even though I know it, it still doesn't mean I don't fall. I don't want to say victim to it, but still, at the end of the day, it happens. Complacency is devastating, guys. It's so devastating when you get complacent, no matter where, complacent in marriage or in a relationship, complacent in a job, complacent where you're at, complacent in your fitness, complacent in your nutrition. If you're just sitting still, you're going backwards. The only time you're making progress is when you're moving forward. So if you think, and I used to think like, hey, well, at least I didn't step backwards today, but I just it was just another day. That wasn't progress. The only time I'm progressing is when I'm taking small steps. And like I talked about in my health and fitness this year and moving forward, is sustainability over time is what matters. So sustainability in being a Team Beachbody coach is making small steps daily. And I wasn't doing that, so I've just been kind of stagnating. I've been complacent, and I felt like I've moved backwards. It's been a lesson, which is great. I wish I didn't. I wish I had stayed consistent. I wish I had just kept going, but I didn't. And that's just part of the story. That's part of my story, and maybe that is going to be my triumphant return, is because of that. Maybe I wouldn't be, or I wouldn't know, or I wouldn't be conscious of the things I'm conscious of if I had just kept going. I don't know. But part of what happened back then is, I got started with P90X in 2008. I got started with a fitness, and then I discovered that there was this whole coaching thing that I could share what I'm doing and make an income, so I could do what I love, get in great shape, live a healthy life, and I could connect people with the products, help them do the same, like show them what I'm doing, and make enough income to live in this world, the society that we create. We need money for that. That was a no-brainer to me. Like, I was in love with that. I'm still, and even all the time I took off, I'm still in love with it. And I've looked at other companies and I've looked at things, and some are great. You know, they have longevity, they've been around, they've got good leadership, they've got good products. But at the end of the day, for me, and I feel like this really is for anybody, with network marketing, the only time it works, those successful people, is you have to be in love with it. And I see a lot of people, the majority of people get into it because the hype and the dream of making money, and the products might be halfway decent or whatever, but they get into the sponsorship side of it, and that's the negative side of network marketing. The icky side is people get so caught up in just sponsoring. They're not even using the products or walking the walk. It's just sponsoring. So you just become a salesperson. And that's what drives a lot of people crazy, especially now. I don't know about you, but I think now in 2019 moving forward, so many people have been exposed to their friends or their family, just with social media in general. We're now used to getting served ads, where 2010 it was different. People had heard about it, but didn't really know about it. You know, they hadn't been invited, maybe a home party or something like that, but they hadn't been hit with all these ads and all these network marketers and all these people in their inbox and DMs and all this stuff. Where now it's different. Now I think just about anybody that's been on social media, at least in my subjective bubble in America, is exposed to some sort of network marketing. You understand it. You know that just about every product out there, every niche market has a network marketing business tied to it. Why not? It's a direct selling thing. It's great. But for me personally, like with Team Beachbody, I got so caught up in the business side of it, which it's fun. It's great, you know, building the coaches, sponsoring the coaches. But I stopped focusing on what even got me started, and that was the fitness. That was challenging my body, and that burned me out, because the business stuff, like, money's great, and the thing is, I made really good money doing it. Like, I've made, you know, I had to look at it. I haven't looked recently, but I made over $500,000 with Team Beachbody. I mean, spread out over 10 years, that's not that much per se, but it's way more than I was ever making. It's way more than I ever dreamed I was capable of. And now I've got all these skill sets. I know I could blow that out of the water, because that was like a newbie. Like, I was a noob when I was doing it. Now I know a lot of stuff, which is, again, kind of a pro and con, because it's like that teaching an old dog new tricks kind of thing. Like, I know so much, I get so caught up in my head, sometimes I just don't take action. Where it's actually easier when you're naive, when you're kind of dumb and you don't know, because all you can do is look forward and just keep going, because everything is new and fresh and exciting. Where now I'm like, things are new and fresh and exciting, but then I'm like, but I know this, and if I do that, I know this is typically a result, so I won't bother with that, and then, screw it, I won't do any of it. And that's where I've been. But going into this year, refocusing on my health and my nutrition has really brought me back. You know, in my personal life, I made some bad decisions back years ago, and that really shattered me with kind of a relationship, and just kind of like, just that stuff just wasn't good, and I just stopped focusing on everything in my life, and that included, I mean, it wasn't just one particular person that I disappeared from, it was everybody. You know, it's just, that's my response, and it's something I have to control. But as like an introvert and whatever, when life gets really hard for me, my instinct is to just pull into myself and just go into a little cave and, you know, play games or just kind of disconnect. And that's from everybody. It's not, I know some people used to get offended or whatever if I'm not replying right away or they don't hear from me, but that's everybody. I mean, it was even my friends and my family, like close people. I just, you know, it'd take forever to reply if I ever did. And, you know, and I just sunk into my old self. And that didn't really, you know, here I am, complacent. But, well, I was complacent. This year, starting April, is when I was like, enough. So I started making the changes, quietly, and I got back to where I was. I made the changes in my health and fitness, so now I feel like I reflect my expectations of myself. So going into moving forward with Team Beachbody Coaching, I'm getting ready to relaunch. Even though I've looked at some other things, you know, I made sure I stayed within policy, because there are certain policies that make sense, you know. I explored different options. I looked at different things, and there's some that are very viable, but I'm just not in love with it. But when I look at Team Beachbody, when I look at the experiences I've had with Summit, the people and the friendships I've made, the fitness programs, the health, all that stuff, it's still my #1 favorite. I'm in love with it. Like, I still feel like even though it kind of took time away from the relationship, I feel like I'm ready to come back and go all in. So I'm going to be relaunching. I'm already in the process. I'm already building the actual content behind it, but I'm relaunching my Team Beachbody Coaching. But this time is going to be a little bit different. I'm not worried about rank. I don't care. The only thing I want to do, as far as it makes business sense, is to make sure I maintain my diamond rank. So I need a small team. I need just a certain number of coaches that are on my team with me just to maintain it. That just ensures that, based on the data and the actual numbers, that I'm maximizing that. But other than that, it's not about sponsoring. I don't need to sponsor 5 to 10 people a month, 100 people a month, because that's not sustainable, guys. Like, I see people that are top, and I'm not just talking coaching, but in general, people that are top of companies, and they're sponsoring like 100 people a month or 1,000 people a month because they found some sort of niche, or they came from some sort of network they had pre-established, or they're somebody important so people want to just buy from them or whatever. But you can't possibly give that many people the attention they need to have the best chance of success. It's just not possible. So I'm not about that. This is not going to be about sponsoring a bunch of people. It's going to be about the health and the fitness and connecting people with the products that I know work and that I am in love with. Because people can get results, and your life can absolutely change. My favorite part in Summit, the annual leadership meeting, I remember the first one I went to with my buddy Chaz. We went, I think there was like 1,000 people. Whether the big super workout we did was in a hotel room, a hotel meeting room. And we were able to walk right up and say, hey, Tony Horton, hey, Sean T. Well, Sean wasn't at the, was he at the first one? I don't know if he was at the first one, because Insanity was P90X at the time. I don't remember. I know maybe it was the first, maybe it was the second, I don't know. But they were pretty small. Like the Team Beachbody was kind of new. And the workouts, like, the people going to Summit, it was only 1,000, then it was a couple thousand the next year, and then it kept growing. Now it's this massive thing. So, I mean, you see the trainers walking around with literally like bodyguards, the cliques forming and all that stuff that just naturally happens when you get large groups of people. But, so that, the small aspect of it, the smaller family side of it, changed a little bit. But at the end of the day, Summit, my favorite part was not all the business trainings and all that stuff. The connections with people is always a lot of fun. And even for me as an introvert, even though it burned me out, like those 3-ish days, I always had to go home and take like a week off to just, because I don't know about you, like, I am not an extrovert. I do not thrive on all this attention, and I absorb energy around me. And when I'm around it too much and too much of a public situation, it burns me out. I just need to take some time off. It's quiet. I can't have people talking to me. I just need to be in a quiet space. So I'd always take time off when I go back from Summit. But I always love the end. The end, and here's why. Because the end is always focused on not the recognition of the coaches and this, that, and whatever. It is on the people, the biggest transformations, the weight loss, the people that changed their life. Not even they'd get, I don't know how it is now. I know they get like a reward, like the top picked man and woman of the weight loss, people that submitted their stories would get a big check. And that's cool, that helps change your life financially as well. But it was the fact they lost 300 pounds, 400 pounds, and then of course there's other subcategories too, people that had amazing transformations, people that lost 200 pounds, 100 pounds, 50 pounds, I don't know, even this year I lost 20 pounds, and it's been insanely awesome in my life. My joints don't hurt like they did. A lot of phantom pains and things I was feeling in my 30s, I was just like, oh, I'm just 30. I don't have those anymore. Go figure. I started eating healthy and I lost the body fat. And suddenly I feel like I should feel. I feel like a human. I feel good. Doesn't mean I won't get sick. Doesn't mean I won't have issues. But at the end of the day, I have the best quality of life I can have right now, and I continue to tinker with it and try to make it better. Sustainability over time. But I always enjoyed those stories. I enjoyed seeing the transformations. I straight up, like, I mean, I don't cry often. I don't do that kind of stuff, but I'm not afraid to. It just doesn't happen. But when I would watch those stories, it would make me emotional, because it would see, like, I'd feel that connection. It's the energy I would feel, because I know those people have changed their lives. And so anyway, Team Beachbody Coaching is still something I'm in love with, and because of that, even though the business has grown and some of the aspects of big growth have happened that I don't like, the core is still there. what, 11 years later. Well, they founded in 2007, so we're going on 13 years as a network marketing company. Beachbody itself was 1998, if I remember correctly. So it's been around a long, like 20 years. It's an established company, but the network marketing side, the coach network, started 2007. I started 2008, shortly after. So I was able to kind of experience it at the beginning, which is really cool. So I'm still a coach, and I'm relaunching. So you can be part of my team. You don't have to join me as a coach. That's not what this is about. I'm going to help people. Still going to do what I'm doing with the fitness and creating my group and having the content I'm putting out. But like, for example, I'm going to review one of the new workout programs, the 6 weeks of the work. I'm going to put that into my workout schedule here. I don't have my calendar with me. I think I set it for the 18th is my start date. Let me check. So we have, the 18th, and that's the day I'm doing a grand opening of my Beachbody Coach business. So if you want to be part of it, like if you've thought about coaching, like I said, I don't want a big team. I do need a few people to make sure I maintain with my personal goals, my diamond rank, a few people that want to take it really seriously that I can help get connected with, or if you want to become reactivated if we're already working together. But what I'm focused on is the health and the fitness, and taking what I've learned this year and tying it together with Team Beachbody again. Because I mean, I've still used, even though like a lot of my fitness more or less was like just push-pull in the gym, just standard workout stuff, it was still influenced by the fact that I did things like Body Beast, and I learned a lot of things from like P90X and a lot of movements. And with my cardio, it's influenced by things like Insanity. So even if I'm doing my own thing, it's because I've learned how to do this stuff. But a lot of people you just want to have like something you can follow. And it's just easy. It's put out there. It's designed by professionals, by people that know what they're doing. And that's the beauty of the workout programs. It's not for people to become stage ready. I mean, you can, but it's not for bodybuilding. It's not for that. It's for sustainability in health and fitness for the average person that just wants to feel better and be healthy. It's all there. They have the nutritional stuff. They have the fitness stuff. It's already designed. It's there. I have my own way of doing things, and I share that, but it ties together with what they have. So there's no one particular way to do this. There's some general direction you can go, but there's no particular way. Like the way I'm doing it doesn't necessarily mean it's the way that's going to work for you, but maybe connecting you with one of the nutritional programs, the systems they have, or the detox, or the workout programs, or whatever, consistently, and then having that connection, the accountability. That was the whole point of coaching. It was for people that are using the products to connect with newer people that are using the products to help them find the way, to help them have a destination, to help them have somebody that's there that can coach them along, coach them. Because a lot of people try to change things, but they might not have that support from even their friends, their family, their spouse, whatever. They might think, oh, you're just gonna do that silly workout program or whatever. I don't know if that's really a case these days. That was more of a thing back in 2010 when that stuff was newer and CrossFit was coming out and all that. People were like, these silly workouts, like, oh, you should be doing this. But just do what's sustainable for you. Screw what everybody else thinks. Like, now we know that this stuff works, and that's why I love it so much. It's proven. So what was I even trying to say? We're pre-launching. On the 18th, I'm going to be an active, I've been active as far as like paying my service fees and having that, but I'm going to actively have my Team Beachbody Coach business. So I will be coaching people that want to take this particular path. I'm open for business again. And for a few people, I don't even want, like I'm actually only gonna selectively take on a few coaches because I'm not looking to rank advance to any huge level. I don't care. That's recognition. That stuff, it just doesn't motivate. I don't care. Even making, like at the highest income I made in an annual year, which was like 120,000, I think, pre-tax. That was the, what do you call that? Gross. That was the gross. I still netted like 6 figures though, even after business costs and all that stuff. That was life-changing for me, and I was able to just do all this stuff financially, and it created, more importantly, the time freedom, the ability to just live the life I want to live. And that's what's been so powerful. That's what's great about this stuff. Money doesn't really, I want it, trust me, you need it, and I like to have, like, that was a great healthy income. So it's really nice. But beyond that, I just didn't really care. Like, I see these people that are, you know, I mean, yeah, it would be cool to make $1 million a year or something like that, but it doesn't really drive me. It doesn't fire me up. What does fire me up is being healthy, being fit, and connecting with people, hearing their stories, and helping them get connected with the direction that will get them there as well. That's what fires me up. It's those little connections, those relationships. I have lifelong friendships that I developed from people that saw my videos on YouTube, reached out, and we connected, and whether they joined me in actually like the coaching business or just the fitness or whatever. Like, I've been in weddings, I've been like, we're not just like acquaintances. Like, I have lifelong friends because of the overall picture, because of Team Beachbody Coaching, because it was founded and because it was something that I got involved with and they got involved with in some form or fashion, and it brought us together. And that's still what I love, that core aspect of things. So when I relaunch, I'm relaunching the team. I'm relaunching, I'm gonna actively sponsor a few people to build my rank to Diamond to make sure that stays, because that makes business sense. I'm still a business person, but at the end of the day, I don't wanna sponsor so many people. I can't possibly have that connection, that one-on-one connection where we can develop things, and that team connection. If it gets just too big, it just becomes too much. And you know, one thing I'm trying to work on myself this year is learning how to better delegate and outsource. That would definitely help me. I'd be able to do more if I was able to let go of control in a few things. That's something I personally have to work on. I don't know about you, but I like to just kind of be in control of everything. So it's hard for me sometimes to put somebody else, even though I know they might be better at it than me, it's still hard for me sometimes to just be like, you know what, you're better than me at that. Why don't you do this, and I'll focus on this, and then we get this person that focuses on this, and all together though, we can just, it can be explosive. Where I get so caught up in just trying to do everything myself, it burns me out sometimes. So that's one thing I'm working on. So I want to keep it small, and I want to work on helping, I want to work on better delegation and all that stuff to really make, like I've talked about in other videos, and my whole mantra this year, sustainability. So it's not about just going, it's about just a nice steady path, defeating complacency by taking one small step every day, not a giant leap, one small step. That's what matters. So the 18th, I start the new workout program, and I launch. I'm thinking of doing like a live video broadcasters. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna go about this, but that's the day I am open for business again. I'll be creating content and stuff over this next week coming up. I'm gonna visit my parents, I'll be in Disney. I'm gonna still focus a couple hours a day on whether I do work on my websites or work on some video content or whatever else. I'll be putting that together. But I'm really, really excited about this, guys. Like, it feels really good. I feel good about it, and that's what makes me excited. A lot of things I've looked at didn't really make me, they made me a little excited, or I got kind of hyped up or whatever, but this, I feel like, this feels sustainable. This feels really exciting to me. And this is after taking some time off and being able to really objectively look at stuff and being able to work on myself again and realign myself with the path that I feel like I should be on, the path that reflects outside my inside expectations of myself. Whatever. So if you want to join me, you know where to reach me. Reach out. And guys, I truly appreciate, even if you never do, I appreciate the likes, I appreciate the views, I appreciate the comments you leave, the subscriptions that you put on YouTube or wherever else it is, or liking the Facebook page or any of that stuff. It just shows me that the content I'm putting out there is in some way, whether it's just entertainment or whether it's actually inspiring you or pushing you forward in some form or fashion, that's important to me. It allows me to see that things are actually happening, and that, you know, I'm doing something that might help a few people out there. So thank you. I really do appreciate anything you can throw my way. Whether you join me or you don't join me, that doesn't matter. So whatever. With that, guys, that's what's coming up. So there's no reason to keep this video going. Jason here. Let's keep doing what it takes. BetterBody90.com, and I'll see you guys real soon.